Hi everyone, I just want to clarify that when I made this video, I was under the false impression that Wargaming had increased the prices, but I went and double checked and saw that the prices are identical to last year. So anytime you hear me say something about these boxes being more expensive, ignore it. I'm being an idiot. I miscalculated it. It's because I failed to adjust from 240 boxes up to 300 boxes. They're exactly the same price this year as they were last year. Hi everyone, it's QuickyBaby and welcome back to World of Tanks, and the large boxes that you've been waiting for so long are finally here. Accordingly, if you want to guarantee yourself to be able to get all 6 of the premium vehicles, the high tier ones that are, and let me clarify, the 2 tier 10s are not premium, they're reward vehicles, then you'll have to get yourself 300 boxes, which will have the retail price, if adjusted from the biggest bundle, of £307.98. So, kindly enough, Wargaming have gifted me 300 boxes on my main account, and as I do every year, I will donate that amount of £308 to Cancer Research and Special Effect during the charity fundraiser, which will be on the Saturday the 20th of December this year, and I'd love to see as many of you as possible helping me raise money for Special Effect and for Cancer Research UK. Nevertheless, let's get opening them up and we can see exactly what is inside them. So first I'm going to start one by one, and then we're going to open 5 by 5, which is literally going to be putting £5 into the slot machine every single time. So we start off by getting ourselves a Rheinmetall. Oh gosh, watch this. A Begleitwagen. Yeah, a Begleitwagen. So wonderful start for me, and the minimum basically reward of, a lovely garage slot. Exactly what I've always wanted. Wow, you know. The animations, the specialness. I think, 1,000 gold. Hooray, great. 1,000 gold for £1. Not bad. Not bad at all. If, of course, we're going to get lucky like that every single time. 100,000 credits though for £1 and 250 gold. Ooh, yeah. No, thank you. No, thank you. Not on my watch. Hopefully not too many of those. Okay, when are we going to get a tank? Day of Premium? Oh man, I'm going to add that to the over 2,000 that I already have. Interestingly enough, because I actually keep a record of what my account has every year, for some reason this last year I have got 1,000 days of premium, and it's probably because Wargaming keep doing these loot box events that have premium days I just have no interest in at all. All right, that was the first 5 boxes. I'm going to turn off the opening animation, and you know what? To make sure this video doesn't take a billion years, I'm going to open the boxes 5 by 5 now. So let's go get stuck in. All right, come on, 500 gold. We've got an R35 FCM 36 and some really stinky rewards, guys. Like, that's after 10 boxes, and I've got 2 low tier premium tanks that you probably don't want, and not all of that much gold. And it's really scary to think that even if you are buying the biggest bundles here, that you are still paying £1 each. And as I showed you, if you're only buying the bundles of 25, then you're paying like £1.50 a box. Man, if I opened 10 boxes and that's all I got for my 15 quid, I don't think I'd be a very happy camper. But we got our first 3D style for the Char Future 4. I believe there's already been a Char Future 4 style in the boxes. Was it last year or was it the year before? But there's 6 to collect, and we got our first on our 15th, or was it our 16th box. Again, not getting so lucky so far. Let's just keep going. Let's go deeper. Hopefully we're going to get something good soon. Premium day, awful. 100 gold, or sorry, 100,000 credits, awful. 100,000 credits, awful. Premium day, awful. 100,000 credits, awful, guys. That would be either £5 over £5 or £7.50 for those 5 boxes. I would be disappointed. Oh, what are we going to get? Another 3D style. This time it is the Basilisk style. Oh, looks like I can't click off. I have to watch the animation. I think it was on our 25th or 30th box. So far, no high tier premiums yet, and only 2 low tier premiums. Very stinky stuff. Maybe today is not my day. Maybe Wargaming turned my luck down the other day when they saw that I was highlighting. Oh, there we go. Oh, two of the low tier premiums. T115, and a Cromwell A, which is not as good as a regular Cromwell. But in our first 25 boxes, we got 2 of the 3D styles. We got 4 of the low-tier premium tanks. Let's keep going. Box number 30 being opened up. We got some 3D attachments, and that's about it. Let's open box 35. Oh, we got another 3D style. You know what? The 3D styles, they seem to be popping a lot quicker for me than for usual now. So we got the 3D style for the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, which I think this is the first time there's been a 3D style for the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen. So quite a nice thing to have. I think this is one of the more fetching ones. But honestly, I think they're all a little bit dry this year, in my humble opinion. But that's just me. I think the Basilisk one could be pretty good. All right, we got a Skoda T15A, and we got our first compensation. And that is because if you get a tank you already have, you are going to get compensation for it. Interestingly enough, that was every single one of the low-tier premiums. And also, interestingly enough, we actually got each of the low-tier premiums once before we got a compensation. Now, I'm not sure if that was down to luck. It might be only the high-tier premiums, the tier 8 to tier 10, that you have to get one of before you start to get duplicates. All right, we've got 40 boxes left, so I guess this is our 40th box that we're opening. And we got another 3D style, this time for the BZ75. This will be the Coast Guard style, as far as I'm aware. And honestly, it looks like something that you used to get in the early days of the battle passes. Very disappointing for me. It's not a good-looking style, in my opinion. It doesn't feel very Christmassy at all. I think it's a very weak style, one of the weakest 3D styles I've ever seen in one of the boxes. And we also have multiple 3D styles already for the BZ75, including an awesome Shredder one, in my opinion, which totally changes the way that the vehicle looks. But alas, that's it. So that's the 40th box. Now we're going to open up 45, and this is where we're guaranteed to get one of the tier 8s, or guaranteed to get one of the tier 9s or the tier 10s. Oh, we're actually going to get one just before our bad luck prevention. Okay, so it's really annoying when this happens. When you get one right before you're about to get the bad luck prevention, it resets your counter. So you're guaranteed to get a tier 8, 9 premium, or get yourself a tier 10. And of course, it's the one that has the highest percentage. Of course, it was going to be the Stridsyxa. Yeah. This one, you actually have like a 27% chance or something, or like a 25% chance of getting it. So you will most likely be getting this one first. And really, when you see it in the garage, you will see why it's the one that nobody really wants. All right, next up, we get a 3D style for the Kunzerpanzer. I like the glowing eyes. That's pretty cute. An owl on top. Hopefully, it's not just there for the visit. If the owl actually stays there, that's going to be pretty cool. Is the owl actually there, or is it baiting us? You know what? Let's take a quick look at the style there for the Kunzerpanzer. Let's whack it on and give it a little bit of a gander. 3D style. Polar Storm. Oh, it does have the owl. Okay, I didn't really see that in the video. Okay, that one's a little bit cuter, I have to admit. I think that's pretty funky. You know what? If the owl starts flapping or looking around, that'll be awesome. It is moving. The owl is moving a little bit. Maybe it has some kind of animation if it spots something. I don't know. I can only be guessing. So, I would say that I'm surprised that the first vehicle I get is the only tier 8 that's available in these boxes, but I'm really not. And guys, I don't know about you, but does the design of this vehicle make you just feel a little uneasy? The fact that the gun's off to the side of the turret, and the fact that it looks like the driver's hatch on the front of the vehicle is also over here. Honestly, it makes me feel a little bit nauseous looking at that tank. All right, so we got our first vehicle after 45 vehicles. So let's keep going. Now the counter has restarted, so we're going to have to open another 50 boxes before we're guaranteed to get one. Man, 500,000 credits. It's not bad, but I really would like to see the higher values of gold coming here. 250, 250, 250, 250. Stinky, guys. Stinky for either £7.50 or oh, a premium tank. Great. For either £7.50 or alternatively the cheaper price if you manage to buy it, the huge bundles. All right, let's keep going. More boxes. Nice 1,000 gold. T15 there on our 65th box, which is quite nice for 1,300 gold compensation. A 3D attachment that don't seem to be coming in very quickly here. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get all of the 3D attachments. This year, Wargaming have said that you get the 3D attachments one by one, so no duplicates, which is always nice. And this is my 75th box. We've had one Tier 8 Premium so far in 75 boxes. One Tier 8 Premium in 75 boxes. Guys, this would be a value of 75 to 100 pounds depending on what you purchase. I'm sorry, that's for me, it's not good value. The amount of gold that we got, 28,000, it's not bad, but if I really didn't need the premium time and I didn't need the credits, which you shouldn't really be farming credits with your money anyway, I feel like this has been a little bit stinky so far for the price that I've paid. But here's the thing. Now we've got the stinky tank that no one wants, so we've put in our £75 or our £50 for what we really don't want. Now, because of the fact that the loot boxes, they're not exactly a tiered system, but because Wargaming have changed the percentage chances, as I said in my video so much the other day, we're kind of in the scenario where you have to put in a certain amount of money before you're actually going to start to possibly get the ones that you want. But you know what? Maybe there's one person out there, and let me know in the comments down below. Are you actually wanting the Tier 8 Swedish Premium? Maybe that's the one that you're wanting in this scenario. Okay, so we get ourselves a Renault. By the way, this is our second set of boxes. And I forgot to actually make a gold total, but oh well, we're just going to have to keep plowing on. All right, we got ourselves another Renault after our 90th set of boxes, and we should be having bad luck prevention very soon. I think the next one, we should actually have, yeah, look, boxes until guaranteed reward 3. I am getting unlucky this year, guys. So this box is guaranteed to have a vehicle in. Which one are we going to get? It's most likely now that we're going to get one of the tier 9s by far. So let's see if we're going to actually break our bad luck run and get one of the tier 10s instead. Will we get one of the tier 10 rewards? Which one is it going to be? No, of course it's one of the tier 9s, because I've got a 4 times higher chance of getting the tier 9s than I do getting the tier 10s. So that was on our like 85th box, or maybe it was even the 95th box actually. So that will be not quite 100 boxes opened. Not quite 100 boxes opened. I think this will be 100 boxes opened now. So for our 100 boxes, 100 Christmas boxes opened, we got ourselves 2 premium tanks, 1 tier 8, 1 tier 9. We actually got ourselves one of the legendary 3D attachments there though, which is really nice, so that's pretty funky. And we got ourselves a Skoda T50 probably on our 75th box. I've been miscounting a little bit, so we've only opened up 75 boxes so far. So interestingly enough, we managed to get ourselves 5 3D styles in the first 75 boxes, but we're still hunting the last one, the quintessence style. So if you're somebody who just wants to collect the 3D styles, yeah, we haven't got all of them yet. That was 80. Now we're going to be moving on to our 85th. What do we got? Stinky, 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 guys. Absolutely stinky. That was box number 90. We got ourselves another Renault for the billionth time. And funnily enough, another Renault as well for the billionth time. That is actually 5 Renaults that we've managed to get. Yeah. Not so good on the compensation value when you think that if I get a Cromwell, it's actually worth 3 times as much. Wow, we are not running hot here. Okay, this will be the 100th box. This is the 100th box. Surely we get some luckiness. We get a BW for 500. Hooray. Oh, 2 of them. Hooray. Okay, that was 100 boxes opened. So 100 boxes opened. That's £100 to £150, depending on how big of a bundle you buy yourself. And we got ourselves a tier 8 and a tier 9 premium. Let's just do a quick gold level check. 48,000 gold for £100 to £150 to 1 tier 8 and 1 tier 9 premium. Some 3D attachments. If you need the premium time, sure. But if you're a whale, very poor value so far, in my opinion. But let's keep going. Here we go. Remember, these boxes are 20% more expensive this year. So if these boxes are 20% more expensive this year, I'd be expecting myself to getting a little bit more from them. Okay. Man, we are not having very good luck this year, are we, guys? Not very good luck at all. Let's keep going. Maybe we're going to get one of the other tier 9s soon. Holy moly. Wow. Oh, does that mean we get a tank because it was blue? It does! Hooray! I'm not sure if that was bad luck prevention or not. I think it was, actually. I think that was bad luck prevention, guys. Was that about 115 boxes? Is it going to be one of the tier 10s or is it a tier 9? Of course, it's the tier 9. Because we've got a 4 times higher chance of getting the tier 9s until we get the tier 10s. Good God. Projet Louis in the house. So excited about that French tank. Yeah, looking forward to it. Should be a nice one. Oh, yeah. This thing has very expensive gold ammo, though. 3,200 credits to do 125 damage. Ouch. We're talking about spending, like, 24,000 credits a magazine there, guys. 24,000 credits a magazine. Okay, so that was our third, but that was 145 boxes. So that one, again, was bad luck prevention. Guys, this is not a good run for me this year. This is going to be the 150th box being opened up now. We got ourselves a bit of gold prevention from the Skoda. A little bit more from the Skoda. Wow, that's 150 boxes opened. So for 150 boxes, retail value 150 to about £200, depending on how big you buy the bundles. We got exactly 60,000 gold, 124 days of premium, and we got ourselves half of the vehicles. Again, I'm getting unlucky. A lot of you might get more lucky. But just, it's giving you a real idea as to what could happen to you if you decide to buy these boxes. All right, let's open some more. We're going to be going for the Chinese, or the large lunar boxes now. Although, to be fair, it doesn't really make a difference as to what you open. You're only going to get the different holiday ops resources that you can use. Okay, so onwards and upwards. Come on, guys. Let's see if we can get some rolls and get some of the gold compensation. Otherwise, this is going to be the worst boxes I've ever opened up. All right, we get ourselves I think it's about our 10th Renault now. Our 10th Renault, which only gives 500 gold compensation. Oof, guys. Oof, guys. Oof, 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 man. Oof, man. Like £5. Whoop. £5. Whoop. £5. Whoop. Oof. Oof. I can't believe Wargaming decided to make them so much more expensive this year. Another Renault on about 165 boxes, I expect. Let's keep going. It's more like 170, actually, that box there. Have we still not got the other 3D attachment? Am I going crazy here? There are 6 3D attachments to be able to get. There's a quintessence style. And I have not got the quintessence style after 175 boxes. Holy moly, dudes. Holy moly. Really? Really? 180 boxes. We have the bad luck coming up soon. Okay. I am getting so unlucky. 8 more boxes until the bad luck prevention. Oh, this is disgusting. Oh, God, it's brutal. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Get ourselves some Skoda compensation there. Okay. Oh, man, this is a brutal year. Okay, we're guaranteed to get one here, but it's not because we're lucky. Now, what's it going to be? Is it going to be one of the 2 tier 9s that we have left? Or is it going to be... Actually, there's only 1 tier 9 left, the TBT. Is it going to be the TBT or a tier 10? We have a 66% chance for a TBT. Oh, it's actually the Coccodrillo. So we actually got a little bit lucky there. We had about a 66% chance of getting the TBT, and we had about a 17% chance of getting the Coccodrillo. So yeah, Coccodrillo arrived on box number, whatever it was, 195 boxes opened there for the Coccodrillo. So yeah, I did a full tank review of this one yesterday, so I'd thoroughly recommend going and checking it out. I feel like it was one of my better tank reviews of the year. So find out all about this new tier 10 Italian reward vehicle, not premium, doesn't make extra credits, And I'm going to be playing this one on stream today as well. Yes, 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 yes. Looking forward to that vehicle. But guys, 195 boxes before I got my first tier 10. Please let that sink in. 195 boxes to get the Coccodrillo. And I haven't even got the final 3D style yet, unless I'm crazy. Are there actually 6 3D styles? Oh my word. Finally, the luck starting to come in after 200 boxes. Is it going to be the tier 9? We have about like a 70% chance or something of getting the tier 9, or an 80% chance of getting the TBT. Or will it be the BZT? Of course it's the TBT. Of course it's the TBT. I mean, we had like an 80% chance of getting the TBT. But you know what? I'm not complaining. We finally... Oh my god! London buses! In the same 5 boxes! Oh, it's just like gambling, dude. Unbelievable. But we got the TBT before we got the final BZT. That's actually insane. Can you believe it, guys? We opened 200 boxes, and we only got 4 vehicles. And then we open 5 boxes, and we get 2 vehicles. 4 vehicles in 200 boxes. And then the BZT... and the BZT literally back to back on their boxes. You know what? When that happens, it's really good news, because it just reset my my bad luck. My compensation mechanic, the pity mechanic. So if you can open vehicles back to back, it means that you're guaranteed to get another one 49 boxes later. Wow, crazy stuff. So that was 200 boxes opened, a retail value of £200 to £300, depending on how big of the bundles you decide to buy. And interestingly, as you would expect, considering that Wargaming have made it very hard to get the tier 10s, I got the Coccodrillo third from last, and I got the BZT-70 last. So as I've warned all of you in my YouTube video earlier this week, if you're buying these boxes hoping you're going to get the tier 10s, you will have to open up hundreds of boxes, most likely, unless you're very lucky to be able to get the tier 10s. I almost got the most predictable order. I got the Stridsyxa first, which is the 26% chance. Then I got 2 of the tier 9s, which is the 20% chance. Then I broke my bad luck, so to say, and got the Coccodrillo. And then I went back to having, I would have had like an 80% chance of getting the TBT and only a 20% chance of getting the BZT. So the final tier 10, the final one that we got our hands on. Okay, so our bad luck finally came to an end. Can you believe it? Goodness gracious. Okay, RNG back on the table now. Let's see if we can manage to get some vehicles with our finals. We're not getting that 3D style. Literally no compensation. Oh, of course, it's a Renault. Renault's here, never fear. Renault's here, never fear. 10 more boxes left. And then we will have opened up 225 boxes, guys. 5 more and then we're up to 225. Wow. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? Oh, of course it's a Renault. Good God. Guys, you know, we got 3 tanks literally in 5 boxes, and then we opened up another 45 and we got diddly squat. Diddly squat. Guys, am I making a mistake here? I've got 5 3D styles. I'm going on Wargaming's website. Let's take a look. Where are their 3D styles? Am I being an idiot? Are there actually only 5 3D styles available? 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, no, I'm not being an idiot. It's just I can't scroll over here. Why wouldn't it let me scroll? I have to scroll a little bit more? No, there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 styles. I haven't got the quintessence style for the VZ55 after 225 boxes, guys. So if you're trying to hunt specifically for one of those 3D styles, be warned, there's no bad luck prevention for them. All right, let's open up our final 75 boxes. Magic, and we should have bad luck prevention. Maybe not this click, but the click after this, I expect. Of course, I'm getting back to my bad luck prevention. Why is this? Why am I getting back to my bad luck prevention? That doesn't make me very happy. Okay, maximum boxes before a guaranteed reward, 20. Okay, guess I'm miscounting a little bit. 20 boxes until my guaranteed award, apparently. Of course, I'm getting these Renaults as if they're free right now, guys. Free Renaults. Okay, should be coming up soon. Bad luck prevention. I'll be interested to see what we're going to get with our bad luck prevention, though. because we've got because one of the things that you've got to consider is that Wargaming, with the compensation, guys, okay, if we take a look at the compensation at the bottom, you'll see that if we get another BZT-70, it's 22,000 gold. If we get the Coccodrillo, it's 22,000 gold. But if we get the Stridsyxa, then we're only going to get 6,000 gold. So we're literally going to get 3 times higher gold if we get lucky and get one of the tier 10s. So I think that is why Wargaming have decided to make these values as they are. One, to force you to buy hundreds of boxes before you get the tier 10s. We got a TBT. That's not too bad, I guess. So 11,000 gold. That's 250 boxes opened. And we get ourselves a TBT as compensation. That's not bad, but if I'd got one of the tier 10s, I would have got twice as much. That's like the middle ground. It sounds so weird. I do sound like I'm gambling here right now. You know, you get the TBT or the Jagdpanzer, it's not bad. 11,000, 10,000. You get the BZT and the Coccodrillo, that's really good. You get one of the Projet Louis, or you get the Strid, then it's not so good at all. I still haven't got all the 3D styles. Incredible. Incredible. Got ourselves a Cromwell there. I think that's the second Cromwell I've actually had. So I would be surprised if Wargaming doesn't have some kind of system where you actually get one of each of the low tiers. Oh, we got the Stridsyxa. I mean, it's lucky, but it's also unlucky. Oh, my God, this is trolling me now. Rub it up. We got, okay. So we got, look at the disparity, dude. It does feel like gambling. It really does. So we got the Stridsyxa, and then we managed to get ourselves the Coccodrillo immediately afterwards for 22,500 gold compensation. That is absolutely wild, guys. Wild. So that means that we've actually got three high-tier premiums in the boxes that we've opened up here. Well, look, all of the boxes are the same, but it looks like the magic boxes are actually working out for me. Unfortunately, I only have 40 boxes left, which means that I'm not going to have enough to be able to get the gold compensation, so to say. Well, the guaranteed compensation of getting one of the tier 8s or the tier 9s. You know what? That's honestly, if any of you open up all of your boxes and you only need like another 5 or 10 to be able to get the bad luck prevention, I would, you know what? It's pretty good value to be able to go for it. All right, that's 270 boxes opened, and we got ourselves another one of the big Gleitwagen. Yeah, the big Gleitwagen. Okay, let's open up some more. Here we go. What do we got? What do we got, guys? Not much. Oh, we're getting another tank. We're getting another tank, I believe. Or is it a 3D style? A Renault in like 265? I think we're getting another tank. Oh my lord, I get myself a Jagdpanzer E100 compensation. Dudes, honestly, what is this? In our first like 195 boxes, we only got like 3 or 4 tanks. And then after that, everything has seemed to just roll into place. That's our 280th box, and we get ourselves a Jagdpanzer. I have got 4 vehicles, high-tier premiums. Actually, 5 high-tier premiums. 4 high-tier premiums in my final 75 boxes. It's just... But we still haven't got the 3D style. Oh my gosh, I get another one! This is stupid now. This is stupid. Stupid. It's stupid. We got like 3 or 4 in our first like 195 boxes. And then boom, 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 3 in a row. And now like they're just dropping like flies. Oh, man. Dropping like flies, guys. What is this? What is this? Not another one. Okay, no, it's just a 3D style. Fine. 10 more boxes left. This is it. Goodbye, Christmas. But you know what? I ended up incredibly unlucky. Hold on, did I not get all the 3D styles? I didn't get everything in 300 boxes. Holy moly, guys. I didn't get the VZ55 style in 300 boxes. Is that a bug? Really? 300 boxes and I didn't get all of the 3D styles. Holy moly, guys. I have a 5% chance of getting the 3D styles. That should mean that in 300 boxes, I'm going to open up, well, I'm going to get 15, and I only got 5. I didn't get all the 3D styles in 300 boxes. Okay, so yeah, buyer beware. If you want specifically the 3D styles, I opened up £300 worth of boxes at the biggest discount. More like £400 if you're looking at the smaller bundles, and I did not get all of the 3D styles. But I actually ended up getting quite lucky with the final load of boxes that I opened up. Okay, so let's take a look at the final tally, everyone. So here is my summary in 300 boxes. We got 177,000 gold, 14.5 million credits, and 231 days of premium. So per box, that was 600 gold per box, just under, nearly 50,000 credits a box, and 0.77 days of premium. I'd like to clarify, however, that amount of gold that we got from the boxes was because we started to run really hot in the later boxes, where we got ourselves, what was it? We got ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 premium tanks in our last 150 boxes. Whereas in our first 150 boxes, we only got 3. That's absolutely crazy to think about, that in our first 150 boxes, we only got 3. And we literally got the Coccodrillo as the bad luck prevention in the 195th box, and the TBT coming up in the 200th and the 200th set of boxes. So it's mental for me to think that in our first £150 of value, we got 3 tanks, and then our second 150 pounds worth of value of boxes, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we went from being very unlucky, incredibly unlucky, to just absolutely going on a tear. It's crazy. First 150 boxes, 3. Second, 8. Wild. If we hadn't got that, that would have probably been the worst Christmas box opening I ever had, at a time where the boxes are the most expensive. However, I also want to highlight that we did not get all of the skins. That's absolutely disgusting, in my opinion, that we could have, that was £308 worth of value of boxes, and we did not get all of the 3D styles out of them. So interestingly enough, I actually have my stats from last year as well here, so we can take a quick look to see about the disparity between the event this year. So last year we got ourselves about 636 gold per box and 60,000 credits, but less days of premium. This time we got less gold per box, even though the boxes were 20% more expensive. We got less credits per box, but that's because maybe last year I got very lucky with the 13 tier 8 to tier 9 premium tanks that we managed to get. So this year it could have been an absolute disaster. From the first 150, but luckily the second 150 we got a lot more lucky. This year it felt like we got the attachments a lot quicker than last year, but this year we did not get all of the skins. So buyer beware. You might spend 150. You might have to spend £150 before you start to get the tier 10s. You might spend £300 and not get all the 3D styles, and also, at the end of the day, it's luck as to what you get from all of the boxes. Only 3 tanks in our first 150, 8 tanks in our second 150 boxes. You really need to just question whether you have the money to go deep enough to be able to get all of the tanks if your desire is to get the BZT-70 or to get yourself the Coccodrillo. In my opinion, the Holiday Ops boxes are still very good value if you need gold to be able to spend through the rest of the year. However, this year, with them costing 20% more, that gold value has definitely been taken down a notch. I understand that things are getting more expensive in life, but digital pixels inside a video game are not one of them. Although then someone's going to say, oh, but wargaming's costs have gone up. Well, yeah, it doesn't really change the fact that from a value perspective, these boxes are probably the worst Christmas boxes of all time. And I would really question Wargaming as to why they needed to make such a huge disparity for the very first time between the tier 10s and the tier 9s. I also saw a lot of comments with people highlighting to me that previous boxes there was a similar thing going on. However, I did not know that. But I went back and did some research, and as far as I can tell, the previous disparity was maybe that you had like a 50% higher chance of being able to get one of the lesser reward vehicles, not that you had like a 300% chance difference, aka 5% up to 20% chance. It's 4 times higher, guys. It's a huge disparity, and this is as close as Wargaming can get without actually having a tiered approach to loot boxes. At least in this way, they are still way cheaper than the tiered boxes previously. You could spend $1,000 for the Ramfalte boxes and not be able to get all of the tanks. At least this way, thumbs up to Wargaming for still making it that you're guaranteed to get all the vehicles. It's just a little dirty-handed that you have such a higher chance of getting the tier 8 and the tier 9s before you might get the ones that are glowing in front of you. Anyway, ladies and gents, boys and girls, that was Uncle Scrubby Baby opening 300 boxes so that you can get an idea of what's inside them. Really hope you enjoyed the video. It was useful. If it was, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Let me know what you think about the fact that you could open 300 boxes and not actually get everything, all of the new stuff that's available. And what do you think about the value of the boxes this year? And if you're watching this video as it goes live on Friday, I'm going live all day on twitch.tv/QuickyBaby with brand new drops tokens. So come and get closer to getting a tier 8 premium tank completely for free by just collecting Twitch drops over the next 6 weeks. And also, you're going to get to see me play some brand new vehicles on my main account. So as always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.